Hey guys, welcome back to Jack on Tracks. And in this episode, we're going to finish up this building. We're going to finish the roof, and we're going to finish all these odds and ends. All right, these are concrete ramps for one of the other buildings. This is the step for the building that we're working on right now. This was for the first building, the outer building. These are ramps for there. We're going to do something with these. We're going to do similar with that. These are the loading docks for the building we're working on now. Dude, you get Chinese food, save these. Alright? Save you a lot of aggravation. Alright, so you saw how we painted these in another video, so these are all done. We're going to put these in here for now. I don't need the screws. You know, getting close to the end is when there's really no more screws in the box. Alright, nothing on that screw, we get rid of that. This one, we cut this one down. Good cut down. Probably going to use this power box on this building, not so much the other building, but I do have another one of those that that's going to get detailed up a little bit more, and we're going to put that on the other building. And I have an idea for that. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know. If it does, it'll come out good. All right, so here we go. This is what we're going to discuss right now. Is off camera, of course. Why would I do anything on camera? It's only a YouTube channel where you guys come and watch what I do on camera. Why would I do it on camera? All right, so off camera, while I was tinkering around and testing new stuff out, I wanted to try a new technique called chipping. I tried it once before when I built that N scale titchy thing, and I failed miserably. So this is what I tried it on. It's another Chinese food container. This is good. All right. This half is hairspray, and this half is Vallejo chipping medium. If any of you guys use Vallejo chipping medium, tell me what airbrush you use, because the ones I have, even with the biggest jet on it, it just spatters, and it doesn't give me the kind of effect I want. I wanted a little bit finer effect, I think, but that's the way it came out on there. And the hairspray over here, really, I try to give it a good shot across half of it, and then dust the rest. And then over here, I did the dusting, a very light dusting. That's kind of the effect I wanted. I wanted something between that and that. And what I got was, I don't know. So, but yeah, let me show you what I got. All right, so I tried it on this, and I sprayed it red, rust red, and then I did the hairspray, a couple of dustings over the top on the hairspray, and then I hit it with dark iron, and I did the chipping technique with it, which we're going to do here because I sprayed these with the hairspray. And then I didn't like the way it looked, so I gave it a quick wash of Vallejo rust, dark rust. I'm going to pick up the light rust. There's like 3 different rusts. I'm going to buy them all, and we're going to do that. So, but this actually in person looks pretty good. It's going to look respectable with a bunch of dirt around it, covering it up. So it'll actually look good. And then I also put the chimney together. Why? Because that's the smoke jack, and we're going to do that. So let me put this stuff away before I went losing it. That chimney is going to get a little more detail in a minute. All right, so basically what I did was I sprayed AK rust brown. I think it's a little too dark for me, but it is what it is. I sprayed the AK rust brown on there, and then I came over this with the hairspray. I used expensive hairspray. I found that out because my wife and daughter yelled at me for using their expensive hairspray. For my heart, sacrifices need to be made. So I gave these a couple of quick dustings with the hairspray, and then I just taped off over here and sprayed this Tamiya black. I then came over here and moved the tape. I moved the tape over this way, and then I airbrushed this. Yes, I pulled out my airbrush, and I used Mr. Metal metalizer paint. So this can actually get buffed up, and we're gonna give that a little shot. This is stainless. I want something that looked almost like tin. They actually do sell a tin, I believe. I just couldn't find it at the store. That actually made a little bit of a difference. All right, so we're going to go over this, and we're going to do the chipping. All right, so basically, this is a cut-down brush because I can't find a brush that is firm enough for me, I think. A little bit of water. I'm going to hit this with some water, let it activate the hairspray, and we're just going to jam it. Getting in there a little bit. I was hoping for a little more subtle. Here we go. You can see that. I'm not going any further on that. That's going to stay the way it is. That's not nearly stiff enough. This might be stiff enough, but I don't really know. You want a really stiff brush. I'm getting a slight effect on this piece compared to the other piece. The other silver piece came out. That's what I want. I want it to look like. I like this to be a little more rusty. I'm looking at this, and this is actually coming out. This looks pretty good. Oh, when these two go together, you see it's kind of dull. Kind of shines it up a little bit, but all that goes away once you hit it with the flat. It'll change colors. It'll change color when you hit it with the flat. I just like to buff it up a little bit before I do that. Kind of smooths it out, gets any of the imperfections in there, and it builds up, because it does build up a little bit. Yeah, and that's exactly what I wanted it to look like. That actually came out much better than I was expecting it. These are not coming out the way I want them, but there ain't nothing wrong with black handrails. The stovepipe is starting to give up a little bit of the ghost. A good amount came off on this side, but that'll do what it's got to do. I'll just hit that with a red wash, these with a red wash, and that's going to get hit with a little bit of red wash. But first, we're going to glue this one together. Let me clean these up. The one thing with this silver paint is you have to clean this down to the metal. You cannot glue with this metallizing paint. If you don't have plastic to plastic contact, it is not going to bond. Ask me how I know. That's going to look good. It gets a little wash on it. Probably should have hit those with dark iron. I think that might have been a better choice. All right, so of course, knowing me, I'm not prepared. All right, be right back. Here we are. All right, so I got it said distressed crayons. I 100% do not use these correctly, so I don't want to hear it. I'm not going with the white because I want this to look a little aged and torn up a little bit, dirty. All right, that should be it. I don't know. I heard one guy say, wet the crayon, put it on, wet the thing, put it on. Another guy, put it on, wipe it down with wet water. Actually, that looks like it worked. If I make back home, I'm just stuck here in a dream. And what they all agreed on was go across the bricks on an angle. That seems to be working well. All right, that actually looks pretty good. All right, put a little more. At the bottom for the ocean, I'm at the bottom of the sea. All right, that didn't work very well. So let me try one more thing. Little Vallejo dark rust. That looks a little heavy, but when this dries out, most of it's gonna disappear. Alright, we'll let that dry out, and then we'll continue on. I can't think what else I got going on. So we're just gonna clean this bottom down a little bit. Actually looks pretty good. Waiting for that to dry up a little bit more. Let that dry. Alright, so we got a little time for this stuff to dry. And so let's discuss what's going to happen here. This roof's going to get redone. It's been sprayed over already. Still a little something going on here, but that's going to pass. It's going to disappear in the weathering. I got to do the lights in here. Lights are really going to be nothing that's spectacular. Let's get back to the outside over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put I'll put these stands in down here for the floating dock to go in. Then I'm going to give this a coat of matte medium, and I'm going to go over it with dirt to give it a semi-finished look, so it blends into the rest of the scene. And the same is going to happen over here. Actually considered possibly throwing ballast on that because it's going to be up against close to the tracks. I might throw a little ballast on there, but that's going to get done too. So let's get these stand up. So basically, I don't need the quick set for this because it's in there. So I'm going to use the regular, just the extra thin. This has good bonding. Not really too concerned about you know, any of this paint showing through over here, because it's going to get covered up with dirt. So a little bit plastic is exposed. I'm not worried about it. Plus, I'm going to hit this with just a touch of weathering, touch of rust, once the dirt's down, so it looks like it's rusting down into the ground. Let that dry up a little bit, and while we're doing that is we'll come in here and we'll I'm just stuck here in a dream. At the bottom for the ocean. Alright, so those are in. I knew it was going to happen. So, let me get the dirt that I'm going to use, and right back. Alright guys, so we're back. I went and got, did this a while ago. One of the other videos shows you how I did this. I traveled to the dark and dangerous regions of my backyard, and I did this for you guys so you can get some prototypical looking dirt. And that's what I got. I got some prototypical looking dirt because it's dirt. That's what I put on the layout. It looks phenomenal on the layout. So that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to take this here brush, and I'm going to brush in a very thin coat of Mod Podge in here. Both sides. I'm going to touch around this edge on this side, and we're going to sprinkle in some dirt. All right. Use a straight Mod Podge. Not only is Mod Podge good at gluing stuff down to the layout, it's also good at gluing its lid shut. Then we'll go with slightly smaller, thinner brush. Mod Podge is water-based, so you can clean this off with water, soap and water. That's what we're going to do. I'm doing this around the edge because I'm trying to get it to look like, trying to get it to blend into the scenery. So, got that. This piece of towel out, flat as possible. All right. All right, so that's basically that for now. Then gonna let that. I'm gonna give that a little pokey. I don't know if anyone's ever done this before. I don't care if anyone's done this before. This is what I'm doing. I'm giving this a shot. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Alright, so we're coming here. Probably gonna have to do this in sections because this Mod Podge does dry little quick, so I want to make sure I get this done. And I'm probably going to hit this with a little matte medium to lock all this down anyway. So this side you're going to see, so I kind of want to get this one to be a little bit nicer.
At the bottom of the ocean, I'm at the bottom of the sea.
All right, so we're gonna let this dry before we do anything else, because before I start locking everything down in here, I want to make sure that I get all the dust off the model itself. We'll let that sit for now, and we're gonna give that a dull coat on that roof, and then we'll be back and start weathering that. All right, so we'll be right back. All right, guys, so we're back. I just had to readjust the camera. So what I did was, earlier you saw me put the dirt down. I sprinkled a little extra dirt on top of this a second ago, and now I'm just coming in here with a little, I think this is like 50-50 Mod Podge and water, and then I'm just carefully just putting this piper in where I want it to be, and I'm just putting a drop. Drying area, and we're gonna get the roof. All right, guys, so that roof has gotten a coating of Tamiya matte. I'm gonna tell you why I use the Tamiya matte over the other stuff. I don't trust the other stuff yet. I gotta see how it comes out on something that is not this important. I've used it on small stuff. I'll say that, but I don't want to use it on anything of any real importance. We're gonna hit this with a little bit of a wash. I want to try something to lighten this up and give it a little bit of a gray look to it. So I'm going to hit this with a A little bit of a whitewash. Alright, so I'm not 100% sure. You know something? I am 100% sure. I'm just going to do this whole thing. This dries relatively. It's going to shade down a little bit as it gets done. So. What I am noticing in this is that the white pigment is very clumpy in the bottom of this thing. Kind of like you got to kind of mix it up, break the pigment up.
I'm just stuck in a dream.
Alright, there's the older building. And if you remember, we painted this up. I took a Q-tip and I went around this thing with a Q-tip and took off some of the wash that was on there, and now it's pretty much, and it also polished up a little bit of silver. Like I said, you gotta take this, you gotta take off this metallizing paint, get down the plastic. Other paints, the Tamiya, CA, all that stuff will kind of melt into that, melt the paint and make the connection. This stuff, not a chance.
At the bottom of the ocean,
It puts the finishing touches on the outside of that building. Sometimes you get, I might give that a little touch with the dust, some powder to just flatten it down a little bit. But the exterior and interior in this building are done. The detail parts we're going to go over shortly. I got a bunch of pallets that I got and some sacks. So we're going to do a little something here. They're getting glued in place. They're going to be permanent for this. And same with the other structure. Alright. Let me put this over here. Alright, what we got over here? That actually looks pretty good. The only thing this thing's going to need is a little coat, a little shot of the dull to block everything in, and we're good. So, let's go about and do that. We'll be right back. Alright guys, so we're back. Here's the roof. It's all pretty much dry. I like to take this as, I think this, they call this dust. So I like to take this dust and put it on and work it around. I like to get it in. I know this looks terrible right now, but I've done this on all the other roofs. But I will admit, I've never done a shingle roof before, so who knows.
don't know if I'll make it back home.
Give this a second. We're going to just put this and let this dry down a little bit more. If there's anything still moist on it, let it evaporate, and then we'll hit it with a clear coat. And then once I got the clear coat on it, we can hit it with a wash. So basically, this is going to get cleared. the dull coat that goes on top of this is going to actually darken this down a little bit. And then I'm going to either hit it with the black or the gray just to put some streaks on it. And then over here is going to get some rust. Going to get this, simulate the rust coming down. And that's going to be it for this roof. Alright guys, so we'll be back in a few. Alright guys, so we're back. And we're just waiting for stuff to go. So what I wanted to do was this is plastic, it's a little hard, so I'm going to try this anyway. I'm going to try to cut something that looks like a crack.
I'm just stuck here in a dream.
That looks like a crack. So what I'm going to do, I'll try to put one down here. It looks like a crack. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to go over it a little bit. It's a little raised up. I kind of want to flatten them down a little bit. So I'm going to look for what I had. And if I can't find it, I'm going to add a little piece of sandpaper floating around here. There it is. I know I should have probably done this before I painted it, but you know, I really didn't have this idea until I watched someone else do something similar like this on YouTube, and it came out looking pretty good. Hey there with styrene.
For the ocean, I'm at the bottom of the sea.
Looks pretty good. That's all we're going to do with that one. But what we're going to do, I come in here with a little bit of this dark wash. I was doing it anyway because I got to put a wash on this. That's what we're planning to do. And we're just going to go whack. I'm gonna let this dry out. Let that dry, and yeah, cracks came out pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. Alright, so we'll get back and we'll do the other ones.
Don't know if I'll make it back home.
I'll let this one dry out.
For the ocean, I'm at the bottom of the sea.
And since this is kind of going to be like a new part to the building, well, not a new part to the building, but a redone part of the building, and I want it to look like it was redone a little bit. We're just going to mop a little bit of this on. Then I'm going to take this, take a towel, wipe it off. Cracks showed up pretty good. Put this in front of the hairdryer to dry so I can give it a shot of clear and be done. Then we're going to actually, you know something? While we're here, we can do this because it's got to get done. Because you got the railing on it, and the railing is rusting. Actually, that looks pretty dang good. All right, so we're gonna put this in the blower. Got a little got a heater over there, and I got the stuff just hanging in front of the heaters, drying out, so I can get them painted and cleared up. It looks pretty good. All right, get back. So here we are back. As you can see, the dull coat's on top. Went on top of the dusting, and it darkened it, muted it down. It looks much better now. So what we're gonna do is, once again, not prepared, right back. I'm gonna try this light gray, see how that does. Oh, there we go. Now the wetting agent's working. Yeah, we got a good amount of wetting agent. So. Alright, so we're going to put this in front of the dryer again, let this side dry out, see how it comes out. I don't think it's going to do what I want it to do. You know something? Good thing I got clear on there, right? Look at that. Boom. Problem solved. We're at the beginning again. Looks pretty decent, I think. And since we'll let that dry out, and then we'll come in here and we'll try to give it a maybe we'll hit it with a little dark, with a little black. Who knows? Let's see what it does. All right, so these little guys shot with clear. I really like that. I think that came out looking good. Really did. So we'll do some assembly on this and get that done out of the way. These over here are done, clear coated and ready to go. You know you're done with the models when there's no spurs left or anything on them. I'm going to put this back on this because we are going to give this one last shot of clear. I don't remember if I cleared this or not, but I'm going to let this dry out and hit this with a shot of clear. Those are done. And that roof is, let's go look at that roof. Right back. Alright, so that roof is drying up pretty good. Still not 100% dry. I'm liking this rust effect down here. I think that came out nice and subtle, but I want just a tad more rust on there. So we're gonna come back in here and we're gonna go with the black. I want a little dark in here too. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hit a bunch of black. And I did this the last time. Do a little red in it. And it kinda gave it a nice little tone. Alright, so
at the bottom for the ocean. I'm at the bottom of the sea.
yep, that's getting the effect I wanted out of it. Alright, so we'll let this dry out. I might come back in here and do one more little wash of red around there. So it's coming down the pipe. Matter of fact, put these in front of the dryer. Let them dry out. Oh, wait, hold on a second. And then we'll put these together, and this will be done. Yeah, it is a dark rust. I gotta get a light rust too. Then it all look good. But yeah, we got this building done. Don't mind that stain inside. It looks good with the lights on. Look, fixed. Magnets now in place. That little vent on the roof finishes it off nice. It looks pretty cool lit up on there. Because otherwise, it's just a dark building. When it's lit up, you can actually see inside. It actually looks like something. So yeah, let's let the stuff dry out, and then what we gotta finish doing is we gotta finish putting the porches on, and actually, I'm gonna try a little sponge action on this. All right, so basically, copper is flashing, gets a little patina on it, and this color is patina.
If I make it back home, I'm just stuck here in a dream.
That's pretty much exactly the effect I was looking for. It's definitely hard to see on these two little pieces. So
at the bottom.
you see that?
For the ocean, I'm at the bottom of the sea.
I'm gonna leave this covered for now because it's got while it dries. There we go. So that bad boy needs to get done too. That looks pretty dang good. All right, we're gonna let that dry out. Like a light wash just to take the sheen off of there. Actually, you know something? If that dries the way it looks like it's gonna dry, it kind of gives it. It takes the kind of takes the whole newness out of it. All right, guys. So we're gonna let these dry, and then. Hey guys, welcome back. And today I had some stuff going on family-wise, and I was able to get down here in between the nonsense and rah-rahing to get a little more of this done. I did some tar paper on here. I'm looking at this, and I should have did one more sheet. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And what I'm noticing I also should have did was I should have put the brush in the water because it's solid. All right, so trim that off, and I believe that's a short row. Yeah, that's smaller than, still a little bit too thick. All right. So that's going to be that. That's going to finish that up with a nice little reveal. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to go with. And finding out that the key to doing this technique, especially using this Mod Podge, because this stuff seems to dry out pretty quick, is to go on wet. Don't go light. Go nice and heavy with it. especially on the ends. All right.
For the ocean, I'm at the bottom of the sea.
That's that. I'm telling you, a piece of foam or a piece of sponge is really key to doing this, getting this to come out nice. All right, so we got that on there, and we're just gonna finish this up. This little clippy clip, slicey dice. All right, so we'll get rid of these pieces that are gonna glue themselves to my table. All right, so. All right, so that's that. So while off camera, because I was just trying to get stuff done, I didn't feel like setting up everything, and my phone was dead. I put these loading docks in. If I can find them, I think I have nut bolt washers, and I have a piece of 12 by 2 or 12 by 4 actual wood. I believe that's what I have. I'll glue this on here, and I'll countersink in, and I'll do the nut bolt washers across the front, and they'll add a little more bulk to that. I'll do the same on this side. The dirt on the ground actually looks pretty freaking good, I think. I don't know, I hope it looks good to you guys. We're gonna come on this side that now I got the stairs in. I think these stairs came out looking great. The cracks I think look really good in there. Not too much, whatever. This piece over here, for some reason I thought I had more length on the stairs, but I didn't. But that's okay, because I'm just gonna put a little dusting of the dirt on there and glue that in, and then do a little glue line around the bottom so I can attach some of the dirt to it all the way around the building. We have that happening, and yeah, that's pretty much that. We actually have one of these like this, so I don't know if you guys know, but this building and this building will be sitting like this on my layout. You can build this building like that, which I don't like, or you can separate them. Well, guess what? I think that looks good. You got guys that can load up their trucks back up to over there, and then they got a way in between the two buildings. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it looks good. I'm gonna pop you off. We're going in drone mode. You have that. I don't know. I think that looks pretty good. Or I can just move that away from there and slide it over there, or I don't know. It's kind of, those two doors are kind of facing each other, so that kind of makes a little more sense to me. And then I have another one of these over here. You can throw that in like that, or come in over here, throw it in over on the side like that. So I don't know, we'll figure it out. But we're moving right along, and we'll keep going forward. Be right back. Alright guys, so welcome back. What we're gonna do here is we're going to get this roof on. This beam, this truss is bent back just a little bit, which is perfect. It's kind of like I didn't want it leaning forward because it'd be unsupported pulling stuff apart. I'd rather have it leaning back a little bit. It's leaning back just a little bit, not enough to be an issue, but we gotta line this up. Tack this into place. So we're just going to do that down this line over here, and we're going to let it set up pretty good. I'm going to try to get in, I'm going to try flipping it and getting in from the back with this and letting it pull in from the back a little bit too, because I want to make sure I get this adhered on here really good. The copper gutters with the sponged on patina looked pretty good, but not really. Let me see. I got it. Looked pretty good, but not really. It's not really passable. But with a black wash on it, it really actually it brought it all together. That should be that, holding that in place for now. I'm being a little hypercritical on this. You're not gonna see that seam in there. And if you see that seam in there, you're a weirdo because you're way too close. Way too close to my layout. Alright, yeah. Now if you look, see it? That's how far it's actually pulling in. It's just that this side's torquing it out a little bit. But this is fine because now we can do this. This is what I wanted to do. I get this glued
if I make it back home, I'm just stuck here in a dream.
Alright, so we're getting that in there. This one we have to hold in place. I'm gonna have to hold this in because when I glued the floor in, I pushed it together to seal the gap, forgetting that the floor was just a smidge narrower than the inside of the building. So I'll pull the wall of it. You're not going to notice it. I'm just going to know it's there, and it's going to annoy me. So I'm going to fake it till I make it, and I'm just going to hold this in place, let this set up, and once it's solid, it should be solid. We'll go back in there and give it a touch with the thick, because that's what I do.
At the bottom of the ocean, I'm at the bottom of the sea.
Yeah, like I said, I really think that this thick gets in there. Any gap that's in there, that's left, kind of pulls itself into that gap, and then really just draws the whole thing together. So I really do think it makes for a more solid connection with the structure. I mean, that's pretty much it. This thing is done for now. I mean, until I get, more of the pallets, we get more pallets and more bags in, this thing's pretty much done. I think it came out looking pretty good. I kind of like the dirt in the ground right there. I think that kind of opens it up. I got to do a little bit of dirt right there, and maybe touch up the side with some dirt. I might throw a little green foliage around there. Same on this side, just now in front of this door. Might throw a little bit over here. You know, because there'd be a little green growing around this thing. Yeah. I think these windows look outstanding in here on this first floor. Really adds to it a little bit. I have a guy in a desk coming in. I'm going to put the lights in this thing, and then it'll be all finished up. So let's get to that. Let's put the lights in here and finish this bad boy up. Alright, hey guys. So we're back on, and this time I got the camera on. Alright, so I took a little bit of this 3M double-sided foam tape, and I made little pillars on here because it's not a flat surface, and I wanted to have it on a little secure. I really pushed them in place. These are just two Woodland Scenics Just Plug lights. The drop is over in this corner over here, so we're actually gonna wire these up probably in the middle of into the middle of the building. Or maybe I'll bring this one over here. These are going to get wired together. We're going to use that pin connector I have, and we're going to solder up those pin connectors. You know how much stress it gives me to be soldering near plastic. Whoo! So, still weep. See the difference? Push on my hand, that's it. Push on with the Q-tip, and it's a really good connection. So I like to use the Q-tip. Alright guys, so we soldered up the plugs, and of course the video did not go through on that. Now I got to fish this wire through. This is another mistake that I made a while back. I should have did this wire. I should have put this wire in long before I'm doing this. What do I need? What I'm going to need to do, I think it sounds crazy, what I need to do is I need to solder these wires together so I can pull them through. Alright. Done soldering, get rid of that before we start moving done parts around and have me start crying. Alright, so basically red to red, black to black, plug it in, and we'll take you off. Hold on, drone mode. Fair amount of light in there. Oh, that lights up nice. The light's on there, man. You really see that. That's pretty good. And that's not even, is that full brightness? Yeah, it's full brightness. That's dimmed down. I'll probably leave them at full brightness. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Having that black walls inside, really, it kind of mutes it out and kind of, I think, helps it a little bit. Look through, look at that. See all those, the window, looks like leaded glass kind of. Side that you're going to see. So guys, let's try this one more light. No light. Alright, there we go. A little less light. Looks pretty good. No real difference in it. Doesn't really show up on camera, but in person you can see it. There's a nice faint red streak down there. Like the hinges were leaking, rusting down a little bit. The pipe was dropping a little rust down. But alright guys. Thanks for watching Jack on Tracks. Like and subscribe. Really, hit that subscribe button, please. Got a lot of people watching, repeat watching, but not liking or subscribing. So hit one of those buttons, preferably subscribe. Let's build this channel up so I can do more stuff. If you have any questions or a technique that you don't know how to do or you haven't done and you're nervous of trying it on your expensive model, hit me up. I'll give it a shot. See if I can do it. Thanks for watching, and catch you later.